Well, my butt cheeks don't even work properly anymore. I get angry every single time I hear a kid talk about Fortnite. I'm out of the loop on everything. I still have a flip phone. I get irrationally angry every time I hear a kid at the gym go say something retarded like skibbity bobbity toilet or something. Some sort of fruitcake thing to say. I still use the word fruitcake in a mean way, but life was nicer back then. So, I was at the gas station the other day, and a couple of kids came in, and they're like, "Hey man, let's go check out that new Prime flavor." And I don't know what Prime is. Well, when I thought Prime, I thought they were talking about Amazon Prime or something like that, like the thing you use to get free deliveries or whatnot. I looked it up, and it's a energy drink made by Logan Paul, and that it was actually the first time I realized that Logan and Paul were two different people. I thought it was just one douchebag with bleached hair, but no, there's two of them, I guess. Yeah, and and then I decided to take I bought a Prime drink because it was $2. I'm like, okay, I've put worse things in my mouth, and yeah, I took a drink, and it was not good. Now I'm only saying that because it makes me. I remember being a kid and liking stupid things like, watching. Well, I suppose kids still watch YouTube all day, but like I would quote the Angry Video Game Nerd or something like that at school, thinking I was the coolest thing ever, but I just ended up looking like a douchebag. But or being edgy and saying stuff like LOL in the hallways or something like that. But no, I'm coming to realize that I'm turning into an old dude. Whenever I hear the music that the kids listen to, I think it's awful, because it is awful. So yeah, I'm getting out of touch with everything. People look at me weird when I pull out my headphone, pull out my flip phone. I swear you get worse looks as a guy pulling out a flip phone than a girl would be pulling out a dick. Very, very weird times. But one thing that I noticed is that my butt isn't quite working the way it used to. That's right, my butt. It used to be my toileting routine was you go to the bathroom, you grab an Archie comic or Garfield comic if you're feeling a little intelligent. You want to read something a little bit more complex. You'll grab an Archie comic. You'll go. You pop a squat for 2 minutes. You'll grab the TP. You'll finish it. You'll wipe it off. Or if you were hicks like us, you would grab the Lobster Bay Shopper, which is just a little local newspaper or whatever. And you'd grab that, you'd crumple it up until it got smooth, crumple it up again until it got real smooth, and you'd wipe her clean. Now, it's a whole 15-minute routine. I go in there, I stretch because my back cracks and it won't work. If I try to sit down too fast, I'll cramp up. I'll take my dump. I got to make sure I eat some bland foods, or else it's gonna come out like a ring of fire. Eat some bland foods, some white boy foods. Do that. Dump it out. 10 minutes ish, if I'm lucky. Every 3 days, because I don't poop every day anymore, because nothing works anymore. After that, you wipe it clean, but you don't get up right away. No. You give it another minute. You wait till the after squirt comes out. Then you wipe it again. And then after that, used to be you could just get up and go. Nope. Grab the wet wipe, son, because you get some more cleaning. And yeah, it's like it's like the rim job of the angels. It's amazing. Um, it really gets everything clean. You don't realize how dirty your bunghole is until you use a wet wipe. Um, I also bring it with me in cars because sometimes it sneaks out. Sometimes it sneaks out, boys. Um, yeah. You gotta keep you gotta keep it with you at all times. Another thing I noticed is that I remember when I was a kid, some of the old folks in church or some of the men in the grocery store aisle, you just hear a little tiny skin flap in the breeze, little while you're standing in line or something. They'd be embarrassed, but that happens to me now too. I step out of my car, one falls out. I'm walking down the aisles at the grocery store, and with each step, it's a little. And no poop, just air. It's just because the bunghole isn't tight anymore. Now, another thing that makes me irritated and makes me realize I'm an old man. Watching my kids watch cartoons, it's really bad now. I don't let them use phones or anything like that. But they'll watch cartoons. When we were growing up, we had 3 channels, and you watched cartoons on Saturday morning if you were lucky. You had like the preschool cartoons, like Barney or whatever, and you had the big boy cartoons like Ninja Turtles or Batman. My son's right at the age where he's starting to like Batman and things like that, but some of the other kind of trash he likes, like Blippi. My goodness, I have never been more irritated looking at a man than I am when I look at Blippi. Um, he sends the anger through my bones. I would much rather watch the Wiggles because at least they can sing, and then there's the redhead Wiggle. So that's my weakness, the redhead. I'll watch that, but majority of the time I'll browse through some of the kids' cartoons on YouTube just to see what they're like, and it's literally just retards opening up Kinder eggs, like showing off toys for like 30 seconds, or there were like terrible CGI cartoons of like Mario fighting a 50-foot Sonic, and it's not real, but like there's like 100 million views on these channels. So maybe I'm old, but maybe everything is worse now. And then there's video games. Video games are things I did growing up as opposed to playing sports because I was very unathletic as a child growing up. When I bought a game at the store, it came with the whole game. You didn't have to download anything. You just you popped it in, you blew on it if you're feeling frisky, and then it would load up, and that was that. Now you don't even pay for the games because they shove so much advertisements in them, and so like Now I will admit I have had fun playing Fortnite because the gameplay is actually solid and it works, but and I'm really good at it, but I think it's because I'm playing against a bunch of like 7-year-old kids on their iPad. But I miss the days of like playing games with people now everybody has kids and nobody wants to play fun games anymore. I miss being able to like hop on the Halo or something and there'd be people who could actually play. Now it's just the hardcore people that play just shouting racial slurs at you all the time. And another thing I really can't stand is when I go into a store and like a kid serves me. On the off chance that you get a kid, like the other day I went through the McDonald's drive-thru. And I know when COVID hit, everyone was always using their credit, like they had like the credit card, the debit machine on a stick so that you wouldn't get the germies. But the other day I went to the drive-through and I bought a hamburger, and the kid was like, "That'll be $2.95. You already had the debit machine in my face." I'm like, "No, I got $5 bill." He didn't know how to count change, and that's different. And from what I hear, from some of my buddies that work in schools and things like that, you can't even you can't even discipline children anymore. Like, they'll throw a rotten sandwich at the back of the head of a bus driver, and he can't do anything about it. You can't be like in the old days when our bus driver would just kick you off the bus. Now you gotta just write their name down, circle it, and be like, all right, can't do that. And when we were younger, like, we had events at the library that we could go to. Um, It'd be kind of cool sciencey things, and like, I seen a flyer come in our mail a few weeks ago. It was like, come join the Minecraft server at your local library. Like, when I was a kid, you play games in public, you got beat. It's or you play Dungeons and Dragons, you got made fun of. But now that's the cool thing to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm out of touch. Anyways, thank you for listening again. I just noticed that. Let's see. Let's take a look at the old viewings on here. It says here that I'm getting like 15 people that regularly listen now, and I'd say about half of that are people that I know directly, and the other half are probably just random people that randomly click on it that don't know what they're getting into because they think of Zeddy. There's probably a few other people that think there's a musician named Zeddy, so they're probably. I apologize if you expected quality, but it's not here. Let's see. It says here that I had 2,000 Spotify impressions, which basically means that my podcast showed up 2,000 times when you're viewing it. And the audience, 60% male, 30% female, 8% doesn't specify, and 1% non-binary. Well, shout out to them, I guess. Anyways. Oh, and I got one guy from Russia listening. Oh, I got one guy listening from the Gulag. I appreciate you listening, and hopefully the quality will improve, but it probably won't. See ya.